talk to Basak Yavcan. She is a migration analyst at the Hugo Observatory at the Liege University in Belgium. And she joins us now live from Brussels. Thanks very much for joining us here on TRT World. Now, we are hearing reports of extreme weather events happening almost everywhere in the world. Drought in Europe, wildfires in Algeria, in Spain. Tell me, what's causing all these extreme events?
Well, the short answer is the climate change, and we think of climate change in general only in terms of increasing temperatures, but in fact, it also means increasing variability in temperatures and rainfall at the same time. So that results in an increase in extreme weather events such as abnormally heavy rainfall, prolonged droughts around the world, desertification, environmental degradation, or sea level rise or cyclones. And these are already causing an average of more than 20 million people to leave their homes and move to other parts, other areas in their countries each year.
Right, and Basak, I mean, climate change is real and impacting us in more dangerous ways than ever before. But there are some policymakers who do not believe or who appear to be not believing in climate change. Do you think that's an obstacle when it comes to improving the situation of the climate we live in today?
Clearly, and this also is rooted in the climate injustice. In other words, the countries that are responsible for the climate change are not the ones that are suffering the consequences immediately at this time. So they think of climate change as if, and the implications of climate change as a future thing that will affect their countries. But in fact, around the world, countries are currently being affected by climate change, by sea level rise, and people have started migrating. And every year, as I said, 20 million people are migrating. So this is because the countries they are in are not immediately affected to this extent, and that makes them believe, unfortunately, that it's not real or it's not an immediate threat, which keeps them, which is a big obstacle in the
But
international
Bashak, if I
diplomacy.
may, now we are seeing extreme weather events happening in Europe as well. And I understand there are a lot of people who are affected largely by climate change and want to migrate to Europe. But now Europe is even getting affected by climate change. So is that an indication that policymakers in Europe might start taking it more seriously?
It depends on how they interpret these extreme weather events. If they think that we have had these over the centuries, it's just the same. It's not because of climate change, which is how some of the argument goes in these circles. They may continue their reluctance to take any action into this. But if they actually do see the root cause of this and how this variability in rainfall and temperature is actually triggering these events, which is very clear scientifically to us, this could be good news in terms of potentially taking an action into fixing the problem.
All right, let's hope for the best. Basak Yavcan, thanks very much for talking to us here on TRT World. Really appreciate your taking out the time.